Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Best-Selling Author Television. I'm your host, Ray Ibarra. We're here at the Brand Bookshop in Glendale, California. I'm here with author Barabara Crandall, who's written this outstanding book, Gender and Religion. And Barbara, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Ray.
Okay, let's talk about this outstanding book here. Very fascinating story. Talk to our viewing audience about it.
Well, the reason for me writing this book was for many years I'd thought about why it took so long for women to not even achieve, they haven't achieved it yet, but to approach equality in this country. And what are what things were that had made this so slow? I'm a physician. I'm an MD at UCLA, and when I started medical school, it was quite clear there were far fewer women accepted into medical school, and some specialties didn't even accept any. And then we see tenured positions in universities, there are far fewer women there. So that was my question. Why has it taken so long? And then that led to a number of other questions. And the book itself took about 7 years of research to put together. And you see the result here that Ray is holding.
A lot of research, Barbara, and a lot of interesting things here. We were talking briefly before we came on the program about, for the longest time, legislation has been happening here, but there seems to be a little bit of action taking place here. Why is that?
It's just that it's very, very slow to get things agreed on in all the states. I mean, we've had an ERA amendment, Equal Rights Amendment, that has to go around all the states. They didn't all sign it, so that we go back to the beginning. So, we don't have legislation enacted here that protects that.
Okay, give us now a brief history about some of the history that you've uncovered in your research. This is really fascinating.
Well, my first question was, all right, there's inequality. So was it always this way? And I found that long, long ago, we're talking about a Stone Age, that wasn't so. Women are actually, there was a goddess era, and women were really the superior beings in those days. And so that was my first discovery, was no, it wasn't always so. My second question was, okay, what changed this? And I found that in the times of the tribal wars, which came sort of slightly later, men's strength was what was important to defend territory, to defend homes. So they won out, and they dominated. They became the superior sex at that time. And that then led to the next question, is, okay, that's still a long time ago. Why has it taken so long, and what are some of the factors that have been have made this so slow? And I came down to, there were several, but the number one finding that I made was that religions have really had a tremendous effect on women's progress, and I think have really deterred this, slowed this up very considerably. And the reason, I think, is that when these religions, we start with Hinduism, the earliest, then Buddhism, then Judaism, then Christianity, and then Islam, I'm talking about the world's major religions, when they came into being, when they started, that was the custom, that men were superior. And so all their sacred books were written with that in mind. And they really made excuses in the books as to why women were inferior. Now, those books have been around, as we all know, a very long time, and over a period of time, those writings become regarded as sacred and can't be changed. You cannot change. They're immune to change. And I think this has been one of the main factors in slowing women's progress.
Now, you speak from experience, Barbara, because you are a doctor at UCLA, and that is one of the most prestigious schools in the entire world. And you've had to still deal with a lot of challenges of being there on the faculty, correct?
That's correct. I have to say it's improved. When I first came there as a fellow in 1969, there were very few women medical students. It really has changed. They're not quite 50% in the first years, but they're sort of like 35 to 40% now.
Well, 7 years of research this is an incredible amount of time to be putting into this project. I know that it's filled with a lot of useful information, not only for women but for men here. We're winding down and we have a few seconds left here. But Gender and Religion, ladies and gentlemen, written by Dr. Barabara Crandall. And where can our viewing audience get this book? And where is it available? Where can they get it?
They can get it through Amazon, Amazon.com. It shows it on that and how you can order it. You can order it from Book Surge, who is a publisher, but I think Amazon's probably the easiest way.
One quick tip here for women out there that are being challenged. We have a few seconds left. What would you advise them?
I'd advise them get educated, really get educated and trained in something, and then elect women legislators. That's critical. You know, the number of women legislators in this country is still not over 10%. It should be 50%. So get women legislators in there and get them to enact these amendments which will promote women's equality.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get yourself a copy of Gender and Religion by Dr. Barabara Crandall. Thank you so much for coming on the program, and it's great to see you again.
Thanks.
Ray Barr for Best-Selling Author Television from the Brand Bookshop in Glendale.